heading out from Abraham's Bay on Mayaguana Island, bound for Turks and Caicos. Plans aren't ideal. I don't know when the last video I took was, but some stuff has changed. So for complicated reasons, I've got to go through Turks and Caicos without going ashore, which is interesting in and of itself. And once I found that out after going through their immigration website, I became all in a huff and in a hurry to see if there's any other options. And one of the options I was heavily weighing and had decided on at one point was to head straight from here, Mayaguana, all the way down to Puerto Rico. So 500 miles, 500 to 600 miles or so. And I had decided that's what I was going to do, and I was getting ready, and I just kind of sat down and I talked to a couple people who know a hell of a lot more than I do and have decided against it. So my buddies on Change Up are actually on the other end of Mayaguana right now, and they're going to be leaving later tonight, probably going to catch me and pass me or whatever to Turks and Caicos, and then we're meeting there. They were planning to go there anyway. I'm not changing any of their plans other than I'm going to be kind of buddy boating with them across the bay, which should be fun. And we'll see where we go from there. Just got to wait for weather windows. I think that's what they're doing, is just looking for a weather window to head their way east down to the U.S. Virgin Islands. So good for them. Should be fun. I am bent way over. Let's see if we can level the horizon. Making good progress. I think 3.5 to 4 knots over the ground, which is good enough. So yeah, it's good to be moving again. Mayaguana was amazing. All the people there were super nice. I really only met a couple because the whole island has a population of 400 people. So that's like my high school, which is crazy. But Reggie, who runs the general store, the grocery store in town, and the restaurant, was amazingly kind and generous when I went in there. I think it's Lorraine's Food Mart and Restaurant. So I got all my groceries stocked up and a full stomach afterwards, complimentary of him, which was unbelievable to get after yesterday was the long day of figuring stuff out, trying to get ready and changing my whole plans. So yeah, but we'll see. So, and then I just met Scully on the docks as I went in to get my immigration papers cleared so I could clear out of the country before they charged me a whole bunch of money for it. And Scully was on the docks, and he's like a concierge. He just helps out all the boats, and he's like, "Hey man, if there's anything I can't get for you, I apologize." So, and he gave me some recommendations, people to go talk to in Sapodilla Bay, which is where I plan on going in TNC, to possibly get a new motor, although I called a couple of dealerships around there, and they're all completely sold out pretty much into March. Which is not ideal, and I'm just seeing that my halyards in the water, so I'll have to go grab that. But yeah, and then the police officer, he was just doing rounds, and I was filling up my shower on the docks, and I just went over and chatted with him, asking if the Customs and Immigration office was open, and he was like, "Oh, the lady's flying in today," and I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to leave ASAP." So he was like, "All right, let me go check," and he came back and he did all the paperwork and stuff for me and cleared me out, which was super, super awesome. So the people here have been really, really kind, which is good. I needed it more than I think they can know. So yeah, I think it's going to be a wet one today. I'm going to try and get a whole bunch of easting in the lee of Mayaguana. Ooh, my finger right over there. I can go about 15 miles along the shore, and then it'll be more of a run. From what I hear, there are 10-foot waves with a 12-second period from this front going through, northeasterly waves. So I just want to go as downwind from those as I possibly can, which unfortunately probably means I'm going to be making my turn and going on a broad reach sometime in the middle of the night, and then have to sleep with all the crummy waves. But it's better than the alternative of reaching across 10-foot seas, which would be very unpleasant, I think, and very wet. So yeah, a little bit more close haul than I want to be. Probably close reach. I could heat up probably another 15-20 degrees if I wanted to make my way more upwind, but I'm heading for the southeasternmost point of the island right now, so no need to go any harder than I am. And yeah, once I make the turn, it's a straight run to Sandboard Channel before I head into Turks and Caicos, which is fun. Another international sail. I'll have to fly my my yellow flag on my starboard spreader. Say I'm quarantining. The Q flag, which basically means I'm gonna hang out on the boat. But yeah, I'm excited to see how Change Up does in relative to me. I've got a pretty big mileage and time head start. I think they're all napping because they just went for 2 nights straight from Georgetown all the way to here, staying north of the Crooked Islands, which was probably a pretty hard sail. So they've earned it, and I think they plan on going tonight to try and get there in the morning, which is around when I'm trying to get there. Although if I average more than 4 knots, I'm going to have to slow down a little bit, because it's saying I'm going to get to the anchorage at like 5 a.m., which would mean I'm going through the channel in pitch black. So find somewhere to heave to or slow down. I might roll up the jib tonight to try and keep myself slow, or douse the main to try and keep the boat balanced, and make my way down there slowly and surely, do some surfing down the waves. But yeah, there will be more updates to come, and I'm going to try and start including people in my videos, because I realize I think the only other person who's ever been in a video is my dad. So obviously this trip isn't all about me. I couldn't do it all by myself. So I'll introduce Change Up and everyone on board, and if I end up meeting people, like I wanted to do one with Reggie last night, but I slipped my mind just because everything was going on. I can make a million excuses, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's a new country. It's going to be pretty similar, I think. Not going to be any mountains like what I was kind of hoping for, which was going to be some hiking and etc. But I'm sure I can still do some of that to some extent, if I can clear customs. But yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I tied some bowlines on my jib sheet. They don't look right. I don't know why. I'll have to deal with that at some point. Blow a jib in the middle of the night. I got to go up on deck, furl it as it's flogging around. Yeah, motor's still conked. I can run it for around 10 to 15 minutes, so it's enough to get in and out of most anchorages. It's just not pleasant because it stinks and it's letting off a lot of smoke. And yeah, no motors seem to be available, but I'm gonna maybe reach out to some of my buddies back in the States who are heading over to the Bahamas. Either have them bring one over for me, or if they're coming to Georgetown, maybe bring one down to Georgetown. But yeah, we'll see. Lots of plans. The beard's looking kind of good, actually, except for these weird bald patches right here where I seem to not be able to grow any facial hair. Cramping my style. That's why people grow neck beards. It's just easier. Whatever. It's coming along. It's coming along. All right, this one's almost 10 minutes already, so I'm gonna leave now. Update from inside. Woohoo! We are screaming along tonight, which I knew we would be, but not under a double reefed main and 2/3 of the jib. We're going fast. We are We're taking the 10 footers kind of on the beam, pretty much on the beam. Oh, hatch isn't bogged down all the way. Oh, shoot. Salt water in my eye. Oh. As you can see, it's got to get worse before it can get better. Crap. It was all the way closed. It just forced its way under the hatch while I was taking the video. So that's awesome. My bed is now more wet than it used to be. Jeez, that was fun. There's the dinghy sitting on top of that hatch too, so I really have no idea how water just came in under there. But yeah. The issue I'm having is that I'm going too fast. And it's looking like I'm going to be getting to the Turks and Caicos channel by 3 in the morning, maybe earlier. But we'll have to see. I may be going just inside the channel and then anchoring in some shallow sand. Just following the depth sounder, because I obviously won't really be able to pick out an area of clear sand. But we'll have to see. I opted to do that instead of go to the southeast point and then leave at like midnight tonight, because there have been a lot of reports from there that say that the holding there is iffy and you really need to pick your spot with good sand. And it was too dark to get there by then, because I had to wait for the wind to calm down a little bit to get out of the anchorage I was in. Woo-hoo-hoo. But the sea state is still built up from all that wind earlier for the last 2 to 3 days. So it's probably around 10 footers. I don't know if I said that. But yeah, it's exciting. Shit is going everywhere. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say that. Stuff is going everywhere. And yeah, I'm getting tossed around. Oh, that was a mean one. So yeah, it's just this specific heel on this boat is not great because it doesn't like slice into the waves. Like it's too vertical, you know? So it just like whenever it gets pushed, it just bangs into right on the side of the hull. I may move my bed from here to the floor in the salon. I might actually do that right after this video, just to be a little bit more comfortable, lower down, and if anything goes wrong, I can get right to the cockpit without much worry. I just have to be concerned about like peanut butter jars and stuff flying off the shelves, pots and pans hitting me in the head while I'm asleep. But I already had like a drill hit me in the face and I don't know, all kinds of stuff go all over pasta. So yeah, a bucket full of water too that was sitting next to me, very much that shouldn't have gone flying did and hit me. So but yeah, so that's what's going on. This is going to be an exciting sail. I don't know what to do. I mean, from what it sounds like and what it looks like, the channel's wide open, half mile across, 16 feet deep. And then on the northern shore, there's just some clear sand with scattered coral heads that are all well marked. So theoretically, it shouldn't be that bad to get in there. I'm just worried about sea state and 10-foot waves. I mean, I'm going to be on the backside of a reef, but I still don't know how sheltered it's going to be. It's not going to be a pleasant night, but it's only going to be for a couple hours until the sun comes up, and I can navigate by eye over to the Sapadillo Bay. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to move, and yeah, I'll probably catch you in the morning unless something else dramatic happens. My new bilge pump is working a treat. Before I plugged up the foredeck hole, I was taking a good bit of water in through there, so Bilge had a decent amount in it, but it pumped it out way faster than I can hand pump it out in the past. So that's great. All right, well, I'll catch you in the morning. Maybe when I'm anchored, maybe when I wake up, maybe when I get to the bay. We'll find out what I'm feeling like.